Like, here's something crazy. I was talking about it this morning on my story. California.
Yeah.
They raised the minimum wage for fast food workers to $20 an hour.
It's exclusively for fast food workers.
For fast food workers to $20 an hour.
What's the original minimum wage?
I don't know. I mean, when I was in California, when I was working in California, this is a decade ago, minimum wage was like $7.50, $8 an hour.
Okay, yeah. So
they're making
the same in New York.
$20 an hour to work at McDonald's or Taco Bell. The Taco Bell you went to, if you were in California, it's $20 an hour.
Yep.
There's a whole fucking laundry list of economics. I want to get your thoughts there before I dive into the economics of this. But like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Because that is pretty insane.
Smooth transition from P. Diddy. Now, I will say this much. My take on it is this, right? And from when I was in high school, and I didn't work in high school, I worked in college. I always had a problem with whenever people said raise the minimum wage, because the thought process behind it is you think they're just going to raise the minimum wage, which is the lowest barrier of entry, and nothing else gets raised. There's no way that we're going to give you what you want. When has this ever happened? It's never happened. So the living expense is either going to increase, or the businesses, especially, and I'm glad that you specified it with fast food workers, because you think they're just going to pay these people and they're not going to get the money back on the back end?
Oh, no.
They're going to raise the prices of the food, or, well, maybe not so much. The tax is completely different, but they're going to raise the prices on the food, and they're going to get that money back somehow.
Yep.
They're going to get that money back somehow, and I think it's going to be the consumer who gets fucked.
Yep. Well, so here's kind of like, Dave, what are your thoughts since you got the mic out? Like, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree. I think I think it's something that passed in order to get a certain vote.
Right.
And so it's like, oh, look, they're looking out for me, $20. Yeah, and then everything goes up. I think if they're just buying a vote, they're definitely targeting someone.
So that's the craziest part. What's crazy about like a lot of this stuff, politics is dirty, and the segue from this to Diddy, it's actually not that far-fetched, because the reason I thought about it is because politics is a dirty fucking game. And the same with A-list Hollywood, like, it's a dirty game. If I want to get votes, I'm just like, yo, you're not making that much money? Tell you what, I'm going to raise it for you. And these people that are working at McDonald's, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but they're not super intelligent. They're not economy majors. They don't have a master's degree in finance.
It depends on the intention behind why you're working at McDonald's. Because of course, if you're just looking for a job and income, then by all means. But if you go there like, hey, I'm gonna be here and I have no dreams or aspirations to leave here. It's one thing if you want to go there and you want to climb up the ladder. Okay, I become a manager, then maybe I could work my way towards going corporate, stuff of that nature, because you already are inside the brand. Then by all means. But more often than not, that's not the case.
But even then, those people that are going to work there to work their way up, they don't understand the economics behind it. So the only thing they hear is, hey, I'm going to make $20 an hour, regardless of whether their intention is to move up through McDonald's. They hear $20 an hour to work at McDonald's. Again, no hate to McDonald's fast food workers, but when they hear that, they're like, this is a great leadership.
Right, because there was a lot of people who were celebrating.
This is a great leadership. They're going to do this. Here's what happens, though, in the background of things, right? And this is where it gets really, really fucked up. As the business owner, McDonald's, you're going to sit there and you're not going to be like, I'm going to take this L.
Nope.
They said it. They said literally clearly, you can look it up. By the way, when I heard this was passed, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. That's
What's the irony of this happening on April Fool's Day? Like, come on.
So McDonald's clearly says, hey, we're just gonna pass it on to our customers.
Yep.
That was their response, right? So Chipotle said, we're just gonna pass it on to our customers. I don't know what you're expecting here. So they're celebrating, yeah, we're making so much more money. Not really, because now every fast food joint just gets passed on to the customers. So this is where it gets really tricky, because people are going to be like, well, since they're making more money, isn't it the same thing now, since like they make more money? Yes and no. It might be the same for the people that work at fast food because they make more money. But what about everyone else? What about these people that got college degrees? And they make $26 an hour because they got their college degree.
And that's exactly what's going to be interesting, because if you now make it specifically, McDonald's workers are making 20 and fast food workers are making 20, but the minimum wage elsewhere will remain where it's at. What do you think the other businesses are going to do? They're going to find a way to where they can make that money back on the bottom line. And then they're going to say, hey, we too are increasing our minimum wage. And then everybody's going to feel it, because although the workers at McDonald's right now they'll be in a situation where if you don't spend at McDonald's, you'll be able to save, a bit more. Now, granted, with the tax situation, the higher you go up, you end up getting taxed more. So it's like a mind fuck of what happens. So you end up leaving with the same or maybe even less in the grand scheme of things. But overall, it's only a matter of time before everywhere else will say, hey, we're going to raise our wages, and the living expense increases at the same pace in which you're raising the wages, or it moves rapidly faster like it has been the past 20, 30 some years, to where you're in a situation where it's like, all right, you make good money, but if you live in a place that's incredibly expensive, you're not really getting a chance to enjoy it. Like $100K in California is like 60 elsewhere.
Yeah.
You go that $100K in Alabama, ooh, that's $100K. $100K in LA,
it's nothing.
It's damn near 60, 40.
The issue with that too is so what's happening is you're going to squeeze everyone else.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Rich people don't give a fuck. I said this also. Rich people don't care. I don't give a fuck if McDonald's burgers go from 5 to 20. It's inconsequential for me. I could look at any amount of money. McDonald's burgers could be $100.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't affect me. I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Nothing's going to happen to me here. I'm going to be like, cool, I want a McDonald's burger. Let me order it.
Right.
Right? It doesn't affect me. But the people that are in the middle class, you're squeezing that middle class because you're like, yo, now these people with no skills are making almost as much as you. You went and you got a degree, and now everything around you is going up. The price of everything is going up. You're making the same amount of money. Everyone else underneath you is going up. It's almost like if you have a little bit of a head start. Let's say you were running a mile, and you're at the halfway point. You're at half mile, right? And they say, cool, now you're gonna start right next to them, and you're racing. It's gonna fucking kill you. It's gonna demoralize you. It's gonna kill you. So then, yeah, all the prices are gonna go up. Cost of living is gonna go up. You see it, like this has been happening for the longest time, right?
Right.
Fucking 50 years ago, houses were like 100 grand. And everyone's like, save your money, buy a house.